All right, welcome back to a brand new video of the Targeted Individual Program, Targeted Individual Experience. All right, so leaving the store, and they got a whole bunch of Hispanic men and women stand up in front of the store, right? Engaging again, like I said, in targeting. All right, this is what they do. All right. Okay. Oh yeah, the X. All right. Sometimes they'll use that the Malcolm X. You know, for black people, they don't want black people, particularly black male, to have a revolutionary mindset like Malcolm X. Right? This is the white fear. And instead of changing their ways, right, they bigoted and racist ways, they want to change us so that we don't speak about the racism that they engage in, right? That we won't speak about the systemic racism that they engage with, the systemic killing of black men and black women at the hands of these racist cops, right? That's what they do. That's what they're doing, right? Getting rid of black leaders and using women, men to engage in honey traps, negative behavior. Look, you'll see that quote. They'll be wearing that quote a lot. I'm gonna show you them wearing that a lot tonight, because again, proof is in the pudding, right? And like I said, they think they can get away with doing what they do, but when you study what it is that they're doing, you understand the reason behind it, because they'll tell you. Unlike what they feed into these zombies, right? They'll tell you the truth. If you're in your TI, that's why a lot of my targeting is based on racist concepts, right? And this is when like I said, you know, leaving me messages, calling me the N-word, and, you know, threatening my kids and all this stuff. And, you know, whenever the word monkey is being used, they'll use the sirens or the car horn. Like I said, they try to make you believe that, you know, whoever is sending you some of these subliminal messages there on your side, they're not on your side. It's bullshit. You know, listen. Again, you got to understand how white people mindset works, right? The sociopathic, psychopathic, dark triads, right, who engage in all sorts of behavior against black people, right? For the majority of black people. Now, that doesn't mean that they don't engage in other negative behavior against other groups, including their own, right? But when they engage in things against their own, it is based on the mindset of those who look like them, that they prefer. You know, they may not be racist, right? They may be outspoken against police corruption, right? So that, you know, and they can be racist too, but if they're against police corruption, you know, they get targeted too, right? So you got to understand that. Look at how they use these Chinese immigrants to get rid of affirmative action. Okay, the next is going to be the Voting Rights Act, right? I mean, come on now. You got to wake up. Not just black people, but society as a whole. You got to wake up. Because that guy, you know, I mean, I'm not the only one who said this. Malcolm X said it. Dr. Khalid Muhammad said it. Louis Farrakhan said it. Right? Toni Morrison said it. Racism is going to be America undoing. Right? Racism is going to be America undoing. But the white racists, those in power, the dark triads, they believe because they developed technology to manipulate our minds and subdue our emotions, right? That's not going to happen, right? Like I said, what else have they been doing? And how many more? How many more black men in prison? Every time we see how these racist police behave, right? And mind you, they don't have to be white. only to be racist. They can be black and racist because they operate within the law enforcement system of power and authority, and they engage in the same behavior that white people engage in. Because if you're working within the racist system and you're black and you committed the same crimes and atrocity against black people, then it's still racism, right? It's still racism, okay? Just like in the universities, because you have Negropeans with white mindset, and I say white mindset meaning a racist mindset against their own, because they hate their own, right? Not because they're bigoted, right? Because again, if they have the authority to deny you a promotion, a position, right, while operating and working within the system of white racism and white supremacy, it's racism. And what white people have done is put black people in certain positions and watch them engage in the same practices, because again, gatekeepers, and then they say, well, it's not racism. For example, look again, using kids, right? Stand up there waiting. Let me tell you, as I said, these are, and as you walk by me, pinching his nose, I'm looking down at the patch of dirt on the ground, right? So anyhow, as I was saying, an example would be Flint, Michigan, right? Or you hear as I say Flint, Michigan, hear the sirens, right? It would be Flint, Michigan. Okay, they use the black man to switch the water supply. They made a black man do it, a Sambo, a Negropean Sambo, to switch the water supply, right? They're very smart and they're very manipulative when it comes to their racism and the shit they do. Some of them can be very dumb when it comes to their racism, right? But when it comes to using other people against each other, yeah, they're very smart, right? I said there hasn't been any treaty that they signed that they have not upheld, even against each other, right? Even having treaties with each other. Okay, and again, if you don't believe me, right? What did the Snowden? Yeah, here, listen to that. Oh, listen to that. Listen. All of that. It's an ambulance, right? Yeah. All right, it was a police vehicle up here. I think it was a light flashing. I was seeing it as I was walking up, but it was too far away. So I guess they left. Oh no, they're still up there. Still see the lights up there. Anyway, back to what I was saying. If you don't believe me, right? Oh, look. There you go. All right, see them right there? I want you guys to see. All right? So, like I said, if you don't believe me, right? You guys heard of the spyware software Pegasus, the malware, right? What we found? We found the United States was spying on the German Chancellor, right? Not only were they spying on the German Chancellor, but they were spying on the French government, French president. Okay, these are their allies. These are our allies, right? So again, I don't say things to say things. I back it up with proof. It's still right there. Right? I back it up with proof. Okay? Same thing with Israel. Right? Israel sent agents to spy on the American government. On the American government, American politicians. They've even blackmailed American politicians. Okay? I mean, come on now. I'm not saying this to say this. The information is out there. All right? And then for me, what saddens me is that you have black politicians who Israel, the Israelis, APAC, was it APAC, or whatever Israel lobbyists, running candidates against all of the black candidates. All right, so my phone just rang. It's Pam. You hear the alarm going off, right? And you hear, as I say, Pam, they're using the siren. They're very low now, very, very low. Like, again, I would love, like I said, them on their bullshit, they can, anytime. So anyhow, again, I'm not stopping my video because that's what they want. They want me to stop my video, right? So they can engage in some sort of noise campaign. But I'm gonna keep recording until I get in the building. All right, as I was saying, right? So yeah, the Israel lobbies are running political candidates against every black congressional and Senate candidate. And black people, the Black Congressional Caucus, again, I call them Sambos, Negropeans, with their unwavering support for Israel, right? They won't even sanction Israel for what it did to black Ethiopian women, sterilizing them. Okay? Because they know that it will end their political career. So when I talk about, hold on a second, people, particularly these black congressmen and senators, men and women, they have no backbone. And those that do have backbone, they make it difficult for them, right? These very same people who come from poor communities or humble beginnings, right? They get into Congress and they care more about their being a senator or a congressman or woman more than doing what's right for the people. That's what they do. They get caught up in that, and we need to vote them all out, all of them out. Right? Particularly if you're over 60 years old, vote them out of the government.